So we all know that Diddy is going down for sure this time, and there's no saving him. But the case just got a lot more interesting after we found out it was actually the mastermind behind all the freak-offs that Diddy hosted at his homes.
You know, that he would hire these like sex workers and like they would have, you know, sex with her or whatever, and he would watch and tell them what to do.
We all knew that Diddy wasn't doing all of this alone, and we also knew that he was not going to go down alone. He already named around 10 people to the feds in hopes of getting an easier sentence, but as time goes on, more and more people are getting exposed for working with Diddy. One person that was recently exposed was none other than Cuba Gooding Jr. Yup, you heard that right. The Oscar-winning actor is under fire now for being involved with some shady business with the music mogul himself. And if that wasn't enough, even Jaguar Wright talked about it.
I gotta ask, when you speak your truth, does that make you not want to actually speak out and actually keep it as real as you kept it in these interviews?
There have been days where I thought to myself, maybe it's just too much trouble.
Oh.
And then I remember, that's my fucking purpose.
It didn't take long for fans to connect the dots and figure out just how Cuba Gooding Jr. was connected to Diddy. You see, Diddy has built himself the reputation for being the mastermind behind his infamous freak-offs. These freaky parties have been mentioned in several lawsuits against him in recent years. Even his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura mentioned such parties and what goes on in them in her lawsuit against the music mogul. But what if we told you that Diddy wasn't exactly the mastermind behind all of this? Sure, he's the main man to blame, but what if we were to tell you that it wasn't originally his idea to start something this foul? Well, according to sources, this was an idea presented to Diddy by Cuba Gooding Jr., and then the two decided to go through with it.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Now you all know that Cuba Gooding Jr. has a reputation for being a little too handsy with people where he should have just kept to himself. He has faced his fair share of legal troubles in the past, making his career die. But the death of his acting career didn't stop him from being a rich, powerful man in the industry. And knowing the kind of person he is, it wouldn't be shocking to anyone if he was the one who came up with the idea of these freak-offs. There is a lot going on, and you better stick around till the end of this video to find out everything because you do not want to miss this. You're watching The Celebrity Fix, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about how Jaguar Wright exposed Cuba Gooding's involvement in planning Diddy's freak-offs. But before we get to spilling all the tea on that, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding a lot of shit in lately. Oh, man, I just had like a 3.5-hour cry.
Now we all know about what's been going on in Diddy's life recently. He's been facing a lot of lawsuits ever since his ex Cassie Ventura filed one against him. It literally opened a can of worms for the music mogul, and it was the beginning of his downfall. When the music producer Lil Rod filed his lawsuit, that was the final blow to Diddy's career.
Wow, you guys, if you thought it couldn't get any worse, it actually does. Diddy's being hit with another SA lawsuit, but this time from a former male employee. And he's saying that Diddy would touch him inappropriately.
Now Lil Rod accused Diddy of a lot of things, but the thing that set his lawsuit apart from the others was that he had proof for everything that he was saying.
I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not.
This included video footage and audio recordings of Diddy not only engaging in illegal activity, but also admitting to the crimes of his past.
Everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take I heard is being like, yeah, daddy, like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah.
One shining example of this being how he admitted to the shooting of the club in New York back in March of 1999. Lil Rod updated his lawsuit with more information, and not only did he give us more information on Diddy and his crimes, he also gave us more names from the industry who were involved with Diddy throughout the years. And these are big names, like the CEO of Bad Boy Records and even Diddy's own son. But if we started talking about all of that, it would take us a whole day. So let us tell you what you're here to listen to. And that is what the lawsuit said about Cuba Gooding Jr. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr. has been facing his fair share of lawsuits for sexual harassment throughout the years. He was once on top of the acting scene, even winning an Oscar, but his career saw a downfall when victims started coming forward talking about their experiences with the actor. From roping women in clubs to forcing kisses on non-consenting women, the man has been accused of everything. So it's no doubt that he's linked to someone like Diddy, who has faced similar charges in the past. According to some sources, when Diddy's houses in Miami and Los Angeles were raided by the feds, they found boxes full of evidence.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
And not only that, Diddy ratted his accomplices out to the feds as well in hopes of getting an easier sentence. Some sources are claiming that in those boxes of evidence, there were things that pointed directly towards Cuba Gooding Jr. as the head of the infamous Freakoffs that Diddy hosted at his homes throughout the years. But wait, if you don't want to believe the word on the street, let us tell you more, and then you'll have no choice but to believe us. You see, the moment that Diddy's homes were raided, he decided to flee the crime scene and enjoy his last days. He was seen in Miami, acting like nothing was wrong. It was pretty obvious that this was him enjoying his last days outside of prison. Cuba Gooding Jr. did something similar, and that's where fans started getting suspicious. But hold on a second, before we continue on with the video and tell you all about what Cuba Gooding Jr. did, do us a little favor and share this video with a friend who might enjoy our content, or someone who just really hates Diddy. Now, as soon as Diddy's house was raided, Diddy was seen in Miami, chilling on beaches and whatnot. And you know who else was seen doing the same in Miami? Cuba Gooding Jr. This seems way too coincidental to be, well, coincidental, if you catch our drift. Cuba Gooding Jr. was seen on a beach in Miami soaking up the sun and acting like nothing was wrong. Now we all know that Diddy and Cuba are friends. They have been for a while. But despite that, they have been avoiding each other despite being in the same place at the same time. Now you cannot tell us that that is not suspicious. But there's more. Lil Rod updated his lawsuit and talked about Cuba Gooding Jr. He said that on one instance, Cuba got too handsy with Lil Rod. Despite the music producer denying his advances and pushing him away, Cuba kept trying to touch him in inappropriate places. This is when Diddy noticed what was happening and pushed Cuba away. Now this doesn't mean that Diddy is a saint, it just means that he was trying to save Cuba from getting in trouble. Diddy knew that knowing Cuba Gooding Jr.'s history of lawsuits linking him to sexual assault, if Lil Rod ever spoke up, he would not only take Cuba Gooding Jr. down, but also take Diddy down with him. So in a way, he was again only protecting himself as always. But now it seems like the cat is out of the bag and people are getting more and more suspicious of the two. According to some sources who have insider information, the whole plan of making Freakoffs a thing was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s plan all along. He knew that with Diddy's power and pull in the industry, and with the amount of money he has, and not to mention his questionable morals, he was the only person who could help him organize such vile parties. Now it's only a matter of time before the feds start to look deeper into Cuba Gooding Jr. as well, and put him behind bars with Diddy, right where he belongs. Fans are starting to put more and more pressure on the authorities to solve this case and put down as many bad guys from the industry as possible. It looks like Hollywood is going to get a long overdue cleanse this time around.
Well, I just let it all out. Well, as much as I could tap into. That shit felt great. Sometimes you gotta let that shit out.
And that was all we had time for in today's video. Do you think Cuba Gooding Jr. is going to get out of this one by using his connections and lawyers? Do you think Diddy is going to testify against him to get an easier sentence? Who do you think might be getting exposed next in this lawsuit? Let us know all your thoughts and predictions in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future. And with all of that out of the way, as always, we will see you in our next video right here at the Celebrity Fix.